people leave, so I end up sort of heading to port here. So I just plan on doing one more battle before I head to port because I was running low on jobbers. But like I said, I've still got one for each station, so yeah, I was just checking how much I'd gained. Remember, you've always got to double whatever's in the chest because half of it gets auto-divided. On here, I was going to hire this guy, but I already noticed immediately. I mean, if you've got these sort of people that already have a pending invite, they're usually the people that apply to several job notices. That's why you get those kind of messages. They'll just open up the notice board, click, 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 and they just job for whoever jobs them first, and they're usually not worth bothering with. You see this guy just hop on and he just hops off. I say hi, he hops off. There you go, he's gone. On the way to port, I do one more battle in this league when a ship comes at me. And someone actually ends up PvPing me while I was producing the video, and I just had to do that PvP. That was about a league away from Lima. It's quite a popular PvP route because so many people go on it. And you've got similar on every ocean. You've got on Sage, you've got the routes around Admiral. On Hunter, you've got the routes around Amare, and so forth. They're just very heavily populated with pillaging traffic. Yeah, I just tell my jobbers that I'm going to port after this one. It's just always nice to just keep your jobbers informed. Here, I was not happy with the map whatsoever. I wanted to try and get to the other side of the whirlpool potentially, but there was just no nice spot that I wasn't closed in, so I just sort of had to settle. And you'll see this sloop, unlike the others, I mean, you saw the red ships, they were really low moves, but this one, even though it's only orange or yellow, and I fought a few reds, this is the hardest ship that I actually spawned. Here I was just sort of spending too long talking, and I ended up taking a hit because I wasn't paying attention. I hadn't even loaded my guns, which just shows you how little attention I was paying because I was trying to explain things. Here I just want to go forward and just sort of get as many hits in as I possibly could. And I don't quite manage it. He ends up swinging around and dealing me another hit, so now he's already gotten 2 hits into me in this short period of time, and he's moving quite a lot, so I didn't do very well at the start of this battle, but for the rest of the battle I wanted to try and go conservative. And here you'll see the reason why I don't like this map. I get shot off into a corner, and it just generally causes a big problem. So I'm trapped in a corner and I have no escape routes to get away from my opponent. So if you find yourself in this situation, you can take the conservative option and just take quite a few turns and just head to the opposite side of the board if it really bothers you that much. Here I just tried to play in the harder area and I ended up getting trapped, and I took bit of ram damage as a result. Again here, I don't want to just go forwards because I've taken a lot of damage and I just can't afford to trade with this guy anymore. 2 hits is already enough. So I let go towards the right, realising I shouldn't be trading with this guy. But like I said, this is just getting me closer and closer to the corner. And I realise that at this point I am just completely trapped. There's nothing I can do other than go forward, shoot, and pray that he turns right and I'll be able to get out of the way. Like I said, if you really always must maintain your escape routes. When you get into positions like this, this is when you start screwing up. And he ends up going left. It takes a bit of ram damage, but this is actually the worst possible scenario for us. So really the only choice I got is either hope he turns out the way, but he could turn right and then right again and hit me. So rather than risk it, I just choose to take. I had the choice between risking 2 or 3 hits, or I could just take half a small cannonball's worth of damage by ramming the wall. And I chose to go for that, and it turns out it wasn't needed, but in the long run, it's much better to take that half damage voluntarily than end up taking 3 or so hits. Again here, he's running low on moves a bit now, so he's going to have his lefts and forwards, so I just want to sort of attack that general sort of line of him going left. And I put in my usual shot on the 3rd move in case he turns left twice, which I doubt, but it's worth putting it in anyway. But here you see, he does just take that line and I get a nice hit in. Here again, I'm getting too close to him and I'm in the wind, so I just decide to back off. The other reason is he could turn right and grapple me, and I really didn't want that. So I just decided to back away a bit. Just wait for a better spot. And I end up getting it here. I just turn right and shoot. It's a really simple decision. And here I just swing around, and I wanted to go right forward here, but I didn't notice I didn't actually have my right, so I end up having to swing around a bit. And there you go, this is pretty much it. I just put my final hit in and then swing round and grapple in by putting in my rights. And obviously I had it, like I said, I had a PvP after this, but I wasn't planning on it, so I turned the video off at that point. And that's pretty much it for this video. This is just the basic pillaging one, and as the videos progress I'll either move to bigger ships or do more sort of inter-arc pillages and that kind of thing.